We didn't expect it to come up so fast. It definitely caught us by surprise coming up as quickly as it did.
The sun is rising over a devastated region. We'll highlight the hardest hit areas as St. Clair County declares an emergency.
We got work to do. Oh my.
The aftermath of the heavy downpour turns deadly. The rescue efforts by first responders and where you can get help this morning.
A chance to dry out over the next couple of days as sunshine and lower humidity finally graces the bi-state. We'll talk about how long this pattern sticks around and our next chance of rain.
Miles and miles of our roads submerged for hours. I'll help you plan your route this morning.
I thought it was just a small flood, little tiny puddle. So I drove through it. I was wrong.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
This morning, thousands of people across the bi-state are waking up to the aftermath of torrential rain. Now, you could see it led to massive flooding from St. Clair County, where a state of emergency has been declared, to Washington County, Illinois, and even Jefferson County in Missouri. Right now, many roads remain closed and homes are destroyed, and we begin that long road to recovery. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, July the 17th. I'm Rennie Knott.
And I'm Michelle Lee. We know there is so much work to be done today, I should say. So we do have team coverage this morning as cleanup efforts get underway. We've got our entire team covering the hardest hit areas in the bi-state. We've got Paul Cook looking out at the roads this morning.
Of course, Anthony Slaughter is keeping an eye on the skies, while our Diamond Palmer and Sydney Stallworth, they're live for us in Illinois at some of the hardest hit areas. But first, go ahead.
But first, let's head over to our traffic chief, Paul Cook. And Paul, what roads are still closed right now?
Yes, we are definitely dealing with Route 15 in Illinois. Some difficulties there. This is Jefferson County. We had flooding there and construction. Right now, you are okay though in Jefferson County, just the construction. But right now, 15 is the one to watch in Nashville, even as you'd be approaching Mount Vernon. 127 nearby, also still purple. And if you see at the top, that means closed. And then 15 a little bit further south of 255. So on the approach to downtown, this is not closed, 270 east and west, but it is over the roadway here a little bit. We're talking about water, and that is over the roadway at Florissant. Otherwise, it's a normal commute, no big problems out there. Also, though, be careful as you are heading into downtown from Illinois. We're going to make sure we keep an eye on that. This hour is important for traffic, and we'll talk drive times as well. We'll do that in just a few minutes.
All right, 6:02, and let's talk about the rain that did come down yesterday. Our weather impact forecast today is a dry one, but yesterday, St. Charles, Wildwood, almost 4 inches of rainfall, and then you get into Waterloo, over 5 inches, Nashville and Shiloh, over 6 inches and close to 7 there on the Illinois side of the river. So those are the locations that did have the highest amounts. Today, the clouds are clearing away, starting off near 70, 79 by lunchtime, and 85 the expected high. We'll have sunshine through the day and lower humidity to come as we head into the weekend. A look at that weekend forecast coming up.
This morning, parts of Washington County and Illinois are seeing some devastation. Many people are looking at some massive damage after a dam breach.
Diamond Palmer is joining us live from the Nashville Reservoir with the latest on the cleanup underway. Diamond.
Well, Michelle and Rennie, we just got here to the Nashville Reservoir just minutes before we came on air here, and I want you to walk with me and see this. This is where this water is coming over top into this residential area. You can see the grass over there, mud has been dug up, even gravel dug up, and you can see just how bad the flooding is by the way that the grass is laying down. Again, this is in a residential area. The road, of course, that we came through leading to this dam has gravel that has been completely picked up by that flood water and just tossed across the road. So, of course, a very dangerous situation still as residents trying to come back to their home. We actually know from the Washington County Emergency Management that about 200 people were evacuated. But this morning we know they say if you feel safe, you can return to your home. We want to get to some video, however, for you. Devastating news this morning for you. In Jersey County, we have confirmed 2 deaths. That includes a couple, an 88-year-old woman actually was found dead, and then her husband was found dead along the bank of Mill Creek. Now, this morning also, the Illinois Department of Transportation says Interstate 64 has been reopened after being closed in both directions yesterday between Nashville and Ashley. However, many roads remain flooded and closed, including Highway 8 in Washington County. Now, this morning, we also know that IDOT crews are working to reopen routes 127 and 15 that had major flooding as well. First responders, however, say the situation still remains an all-hands-on-deck incident, with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers telling us the repairs are definitely needed to this reservoir dam, and they are needed sooner than later. Now, the Trinity Lutheran Church remains a primary place where residents can still go if they're needing help, if they have damage to their homes. And we spoke to many residents in Nashville who say they've never seen flooding like this in their area.
It was a shock. I woke up to my husband calling me and both of my sisters. They were just worried, and you know how that is. You wake up and you're like, what's going on? I woke up at 6 when it was storming, and you didn't realize how fast that happened. So I'm here alone with my 2 girls, just trying to figure out what we need to do.
And you notice how that resident said how fast that water came. That was a sentiment throughout all the residents that we're talking to throughout yesterday. Definitely a terrible, terrible situation for them. Again, that shelter at the Trinity Lutheran Church remains an option if you need that this morning. However, if you have damage to your home or any flooding, you are urged to call the Washington Emergency Management at 618-327-4800, and that extension is 345. I want to send things over to Sydney Stallworth, who is over in St. Clair County, where pets had to be rescued yesterday due to severe flooding.
Diamond, that's exactly right. We've actually made our way inside Gateway Pet Rescue this morning, and I got to tell you, Gateway Pet Guardians is one of the shelters that stepped up to help the more than 80 cats and dogs that were displaced yesterday after the St. Clair Animal Services building flooded. We're inside now, and I have a great update. Take a look. A lot of these kennels are empty because the community stepped up to help this shelter after they stepped up to help another one. Take a look over here at all of these crates that were used yesterday for transport to rescue about 30 dogs, I believe. Now, we're joined by Alicia Vianello, who's the executive director here. Alicia, how many dogs were rescued and how many did you already have here?
So we had about 25 to 30 dogs in our building yesterday morning. We can comfortably house 25. We regularly have 30 plus in here, and the rest are in foster. We brought in about 30 dogs from St. Clair County, and then nearly all of them went to foster care yesterday.
I mean, you all were working truly around the clock, and it looks like the community really stepped up. Now, you say that there's another challenge that you all will be facing this morning as well.
Yeah, so we have a lot of residents who do get flooded homes who, like a couple years ago, we had to take in some of their pets while their homes were flooded. We also have about at least 15 calls from the past couple days about strays roaming. We're probably going to get a whole lot more from yesterday that we haven't even got to yet. So the challenge now is to try to go get those dogs who are now in trouble. And then also some of the foster dogs may come back. So the need for fosters and adopters just never stops.
Never stops. And we have one foster dog here as well, and she's a cutie right here. And if you just take a look at her, what we saw yesterday is that some of the dogs from that St. Clair Animal Shelter building were up chest deep in that water. Yeah, it was absolutely astonishing.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the volunteers saw?
It was wild. I mean, the people were up to water past their knees. The dogs are sometimes, especially the short dogs, are nearly up to their shoulders in water, trying to trudge through just to get out. It's really wild and scary. But all the dogs got out safely. All the cats got out safely, thanks to our friends at Belver Area Humane Society as well.
Right. And when do you guys open up today so people can come help and foster as the need comes up with these strays?
Our front door will be open about 9 a.m. We'll still be accepting fosters, donations, anyone who wants to walk in to adopt. Again, this is a very rare situation that we only have a few dogs here, but I know by the end of the day we'll probably have quite a few dogs.
Thank you so much, Alicia. We're going to take it back to studio to Michelle, who's getting a whole bunch of photos that we're seeing in the aftermath of this flooding. Michelle.
Oh my gosh, so many incredible pictures I want to show you here. You know, if you can always send your pictures in safely, we love to see them, but just take a look here. I want to show you like this one, for example. I'm going to see this video here. I mean, can you imagine you're driving down the road and you just see, oh, that truck is stuck in all this overflow. How about this one? We've talked about how much rain. Sorry, Joe. Come on over here. I made it large there. More than 8 inches, as we've seen in Nashville, Illinois. At least, yeah, and someone else's rain gauge said 8.09. So we've just seen an incredible amount of images that are so astounding. I think that's the word that we've been kind of using all morning, because it is just incredible to see all that torrential rain build up. Now, if you are at a place where you can send us pictures this morning, we want to see how it looks out there. And if you can do it safely, always very important. Text your weather pictures and videos to 314-425-5355. Don't forget to include your name and where you are.
All right, well, if you're headed outside in the backyard today, it is going to start off soggy because the ground is so saturated, but no more rain coming our way. We'll have sunshine today and lower humidity, high temperatures in the mid-80s.